Okay, so today we're going to talk about how complicated it is not to know what optimal posture is and how to move well. I'm Lisa McCall, physical therapist and lover of posture. Here's the deal. We have made posture a very complicated thing, and we don't connect it. In other words, if you go play golf, racquetball, basketball, soccer, you are very interested in the way you move, which is just posture, okay? So we really spend a lot of time analyzing this, making sure that it's optimal, go into details, make sure everything's working right so that the performance is high. Then when we get into sitting in a chair, bending, getting the laundry, we tend to think, it's not that important, or if we do think it's important, we teach very strange things like neutral pelvis, which I don't really even understand what that is, or pulling in and tightening, or protecting their back. All these phrases that are so disconnected from reality, because you don't need to protect your spine, you just need to move well. If you needed to protect your spine movement all day, then you would see more tremendous accidents happening with basketball players and football players when they jump in the air and they fall hard as ever on the ground. You don't. Why can they fall, get up, shoot so well, move around, and do really well? It's because they know where their center is. No is not from here, knowing is in here. So today I'm just going to show you a simple little movement to facilitate this idea of how important it is just to let this relax, how it does take time to really get your body to, you could say, stack your spine, pelvis, and legs so that you are relaxed and you're moving in a way that is very comfortable. So optimal should be something that you don't understand here, but it's something you understand in here. And to learn that, or relearn it, I really should say, it takes time, it takes repetition, it takes practice, and it really, really is just like a sport. You get in there, you play with it, it starts to feel better, you get better at it, and then before you know it, you have a comfort level that you didn't know you could have. Okay, so let's do something simple. I'm going to sit in this chair, and as y'all know that I know that you bend deep in the hips, right? You bend at the hips, you have a small natural arch in your back, and you sit right down on your crotch, okay? Now, if I'm going to lean back in this chair, I have a lot of videos that will explain this more on my website than my YouTube channel, but basically I'm going to pick up, I'm going to adjust my ribs so that I can have my ribs rest on the chair. Now, it takes time to get your spine to understand how to do this with ease, but just learning to do it will give you a lot of relief. Now, here's my favorite movement I like to teach, because so often people really create a lot of tension here, hold this in, and I think this movement right now will show you how that is to your disadvantage. So right now, I'm going to get out of this chair. I'm leaning back. If I want to get out of this chair, most people would get out of the chair, initiating the movement from the head and neck. Okay? Now, what's the big deal about that? There's no big deal, except after about a few thousand times, you may notice that you'll start having a forward head, and you may notice that you initiate your movements from here. Well, what if I just decided that I'm going to start the movement right below my belly button, which is my center, where my center is, back behind my belly button, down, and I began that movement from here. Well, looky there, my neck and head don't have to strain, and I get to work my hips and my abdominals all day long. So my back and my abs and my legs and my hips and my butt, everything is connected and is working together. Just like if I'm going to shoot a basket, I'm going to be working in a way in which I'm moving like that. I'm not going to be sucking in and going and balance, you don't see them running down the court like this. So remember when you go to the gym and they tell you to do some really strange things like suck in, pull in, and all these things. Remember that to ask yourself, does that make sense with what I do all day and how people move well. Do I need to suck my stomach in? Do I need to suck my gut in to get it strong? It doesn't make sense. And if you use common sense, you will find you'll get really strong and really comfortable in your body. So don't forget, share, like. See you later, alligator.